you noticed that your favorite bag of chips now has less chips in the bag? Or your toilet paper or paper towel roll is getting thinner? Maybe the baby formula that you buy for your child has less formula in the container. Or that favorite snack pack that you buy has fewer snacks in it. Well, you, my friend, might be a victim of shrinkflation. And while I believe you should be entitled to compensation, if you call now, nothing will be done. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
Guys, before we get into this video, big shout out to all the patrons who have been supporting me on Patreon. You really keep the content going on this channel, and I cannot thank you enough. So, shout out to y'all. Now, let's talk about shrinkflation. It's a phenomenon that I've just really become privy to and started looking into, but I've been experiencing it and I just didn't know. I was on a flight a little while back with my boyfriend. I bought a bag of chips at the airport so that we could have a little snack, you know, while we're up in the air. My boyfriend digs into this bag of chips, and all of a sudden, all the chips are gone. Now, here I am thinking, either my boyfriend just ate a whole bag of chips in 2 seconds, or there weren't that many chips in the bag. And come to find out, we were the victims of shrinkflation. Now, for those of you who don't know what shrinkflation is, it's when a particular product downsizes, meaning goes down in size or quantity, even sometimes reduces in its quality, while the price remains the same or even increases. There are people who are dedicated to watching these products like hawks and telling you when the size or the quality has decreased, posting it online, and giving you a warning that shrinkflation is happening at your local store. And now here are some examples that people are posting on the internet as they find them in their local stores. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and put a disclaimer. I do not want these corporations coming after me. I don't know how accurate all of these examples are. This is speculation. Do not come for my neck because I do not want to be sued by a major corporation. I do not need that in my life. Hopefully that keeps me safe from the wrath of a BlackRock or a Vanguard. Now let's look at these examples. These chocolate chip bars once were a pack of 6. Now they're a pack of 5. There's entire Reddit threads dedicated to this where people document the product changes. Here's Toblerone, where their chocolate now looks much thinner. Maybe your allergy meds don't have as many pills in the box anymore. This chocolate bar company now gives you 1 less bar. The milliliters on this tea no longer match up. This ramen pack is looking a little thin. And the Girl Scout cookie box is looking a little smaller than it once was. I could go on and on with these examples. They are everywhere, and I'm sure you have some of your own, so drop them in the comments down below and let people know. Now, you know your girl is not a fan of major corporations. I feel like BlackRock and Vanguard own every part of our lives now. They're buying all the houses up in the United States, pushing us out and making us perpetual renters. And then they're pushing their own political agenda down our throats at every opportunity they have. And we've talked about all that extensively on this channel, but we have not yet talked about shrinkflation and the fact that they are pulling one over on us at every turn. And here's what these corporations and companies say when they're confronted with this whole shrinkflation thing that they're doing. They say,
well, inflation's happening, and at record rates, we can either increase the price of the product or we can downsize and lower the quality. Which do you prefer?
But in reality, they're playing a little bit of a trick on you, because even when inflation levels out and we go back to normal, their prices remain the same. And that reduce in quality or size also remains the same. And more what you're gonna see at your local grocery store is that your bags are starting to feel lighter and lighter while you are spending more money. And here's the little bit of psychology that they're using to pull the wool over your eyes. When you go to a grocery store, you are much more likely to look at the price tag on a product rather than the size of the product. So many of these companies will keep their prices the same while reducing the quality or size of the thing you are purchasing. I'm much more likely to notice that my bag of chips has gone up in price by 25 cents than I am to notice that there are fewer chips in the bag. So they can trick you into buying these products at a lower quality and size because you're not really focused on checking whether or not the size or quality has changed. And here's the kicker. After these companies have reduced the size of the original product that you are buying, they will release a new, larger version of the product and charge you more to buy it. You might notice this with something like toilet paper, where they now have regular rolls or super duper rolls, all the way up to super duper mega rolls. Now, this might trick your mind into thinking that you are getting more bang for your buck, but in reality, you are getting misled, deceived, bamboozled, hoodwinked.
We've been duped!
Duped!
Bamboozled!
We've been smeckledorfed!
That's not even a word, and I agree with you.
And as I said before, they will blame this on inflation, but their profits are increasing, and as the economy levels out, the quality of the product does not go up, and nor does the size, because they know if you will buy at a lower quantity once, you will buy it again. They also know that as a major corporation, they own nearly every product that you're buying, so it really doesn't matter what they do. You likely don't have many alternatives. I don't know about you, but I want to get what I'm paying for. And it seems as though more and more these days, we are not getting that. that. And this, I feel, is an issue that we can all agree on regardless of what side of the political aisle you're on. Most recently, I watched Elizabeth Warren make a video about shrinkflation, and I couldn't help but think I agreed.
You ever go for the last chip in the Dorito bag and suddenly say, whoa, there should have been more chips in here? You would be right. From Doritos to Oreos to even toilet paper. These big corporations are shrinking how much they give us, but they're charging the same amount or sometimes even more. It's called shrinkflation.
Now, her net worth might tell a little bit of a different story when it comes to her take on this issue, but we're not going to get into that on today's video. I just want to talk about the fact that I want my full-size product back. Now, I get that if you're a company creating a product and we are experiencing inflation, sometimes your product has to change in quality or quantity in order to adjust for the inflation that we are experiencing. I get that there are a ton of fingers we could be pointing when it comes to the record rates of inflation that we are experiencing, and that is definitely a discussion that needs to be had. But it's a totally different story when things never go back to normal and they continue to trick us into buying these lesser products. But in the meantime, what we can do is keep an eye out for people who are reporting on these things happening. Check different watchdog reports when it comes to different products that you are buying regularly to see if they're trying to pull one over on you. When going to your grocery store, don't just look at the price of a product, but look at the price per item or price per ounce on a product. That will likely tell you a whole different story. And all in all, try to find products that are not owned by these massive corporations who really do not give a damn about any of us. This all changes when we fight back when it comes to corporations and hopefully bring in leaders that are willing to do so as well, although I think that is a much bigger hurdle to jump over. But it also changes when we decide to shift our consumer habits and stop supporting the people who are doing this to us. With that being said, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Drop them down. As always, I encourage healthy debate, so duke it out, but do so respectfully. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time I post a video for you guys, which is every day, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.